Hey friends, welcome to the first part of our journey together. I'm Cherry. If you are here, it means you have a dream. You want to speak English. You want to feel the words move through you without fear. But maybe, up until now, English has felt like a mountain. High, cold, and very far away. Most people tell you that to climb a mountain, you need to run. They say, study more, memorize more, work harder. But today I want to tell you something different. I want to tell you that you don't need to run. In fact, to learn English deeply, you might need to stop. Part 1. The Quiet English Revolution. In this first part, we are going to talk about the Quiet English Revolution. Most learners believe that English only counts when it is loud. When you are in a meeting, when you are taking a test, when you are talking to a stranger. They think, if no one hears me, I am not practicing. But think about this expression, to build a foundation. Okay? To build a foundation. When people build a house, they spend a long time working under the ground. No one sees the work. It is quiet, it is dirty, it is hidden. But without that foundation, the house will fall. Your English practice needs a foundation, and that foundation is built in your quiet moments. The problem with study mode. Let's look at a very common habit. You decide, at 7 p.m., I will study English. You clear your desk, you open your laptop, you sit up straight. Your heart starts to beat a little faster. You say to yourself, now, I must be correct. Now, I must not make mistakes. Do you feel that? That is tension. And tension, my friends, is the enemy of fluency. When your body is tight, your brain closes its doors. It is trying to protect you from the work. So here is our first new way of thinking. Stop studying English and start noticing English. What does it mean to notice? It means to see something without trying to change it. It means to be a witness to the language. Instead of a 1-hour study session that makes you tired, we are going to use the 60-second scan. The 60-second scan here is how you do it. 3 times a day, wherever you are, you stop for exactly 60 seconds. You don't need a book. You don't need an app. You just need your eyes and your mind. You look around the room. You don't look for difficult words. You look for what is real. Inside your head, you say, the chair is brown. The window is open. I am sitting. Many learners think, Cherry, that is too easy. I want to talk about the economy. I want to talk about my philosophy. I understand. But listen to this idiom. To walk before you run. Okay? To walk before you run. If your brain feels stress when saying the window is open, how will it feel when you try to explain your soul? When you do the 60-second scan, you are telling your brain, English is safe, English is simple, English is here, right now, in this room with me. You are making the language a friend, not a boss. The ghost of the classroom. Why is this so hard for us? It is because of what I call the ghost of the classroom. Even when you are alone in your bedroom, you feel like a teacher is watching you. You feel like if you say, the window is open, and you forget the word the, you will get a red mark on your paper. Think about this expression. To look over your shoulder. It means to feel like someone is watching you or following you. Most learners are always looking over their shoulder at their old English teacher. In the Quiet English Revolution, we say goodbye to the ghost. There are no red marks here. There is no A+ or F. There is only you and the air. When you practice alone, you have a secret power. The power to be wrong. When you give yourself permission to be wrong, you finally give yourself permission to be fluent. Because fluency is not a straight line, it is a messy, beautiful path. The anchor sentence. Now I want to give you a specific tool for today. It is called the anchor sentence. An anchor is a heavy metal object that keeps a ship in one place so the wind doesn't blow it away. An anchor sentence is one simple thought that keeps your mind in English when you feel busy or stressed. For today, your anchor sentence is this: I am here and I am learning. That's it. 7 small words. When you wake up, I am here and I am learning. When you are stuck in traffic, I am here and I am learning. When you make a mistake, I am here and I am learning. You aren't trying to learn a new rule. You are training your identity. You are moving from I am a person who is struggling with English to I am a person who is living with English. Final thought for part 1. As we finish this first part, I want you to remember this. Small is strong. A drop of water is small, but many drops of water can move a rock. Your 60-second scans and your anchor sentences are the drops of water. Do not look for the big jump, look for the small drop. Today, find one moment, one quiet moment. No teacher, no book. Just you and one simple sentence. Let it exist in the air. Let it be enough. In our last session, we talked about the mind. We talked about quiet English and letting the language exist without stress. But today we move. We move from the brain down to the throat, the tongue, and the lips. Today we talk about the music of the mouth. Part 2, the music of the mouth. In our last session, we talked about the mind. We talked about quiet English and letting the language exist without stress. But today we move. We move from the brain down to the throat, the tongue, and the lips. Today we talk about the music of the mouth. Many learners tell me, Cherry, I know the words in my head, but my mouth feels like it is made of stone. My tongue feels heavy. When I try to speak, the words get stuck behind my teeth. Does this happen to you? Do you feel like your mouth is a prison for your thoughts? If yes, I want you to listen closely. Speaking a language is not an academic skill. It is not like history or math. Speaking is a physical habit. It is like swimming. It is like dancing. It is about muscles, air, and vibration. The shape of the sound. Think about this expression. To get the hang of something. Okay, to get the hang of something. It means to slowly learn the physical feeling of an activity. When you learn to ride a bicycle, you don't read a book about balance. You get on the bike. Your body gets the hang of the movement. English has a specific shape. Every language has a different shape. Some languages live in the back of the throat. Some live in the nose. English? English lives right behind the teeth and on the tips of the lips. Here is our first workshop. We are going to do this together. I want you to relax your jaw. Let it drop a little bit. Now, I want you to make a sound. Not a word, just a sound. The sound of the letter M. Feel that vibration on your lips? That is the energy of English. Now, let's try the TH sound. Most learners hate this sound. They think it is a ghost, but it is just a shape. Put your tongue between your teeth. Gently say, think, thank you, this. Do not worry about the meaning. Just feel the air. You are getting the hang of the shape. The humming secret. Now I want to show you a trick to take the pressure off. We talked about this idiom in our last session to remove the stress. Often we cannot speak because we are afraid of our own voice. Our voice sounds foreign to us. It sounds strange. So we stay quiet. To fix this, we use the humming method. Before you try to say a difficult sentence, I want you to hum the rhythm of the sentence. Don't use words, just the melody. Imagine the sentence, I would like a cup of coffee. The rhythm is da 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 da. Try it with me. Just hum it. Why do we do this? Because English is a stress-timed language. Some words are big and loud. Some words are small and fast. When you hum, you teach your brain the music without the fear of the words. The story of the tightrope. Imagine a person walking on a tightrope, a thin wire high in the air. If that person is very stiff and tight, they will fall. To stay on the wire, they must be fluid. They must move with the wind. Speaking English is like walking on that wire. Most learners are too stiff. They try to pronounce every single letter perfectly. They say, I am going to the market. This is very tiring for your mouth. In real English, we blend. We push words together. We say, I'm gonna the market. Think about this idiom. To go with the flow. It means to relax and let things happen naturally. When you speak English, you must go with the flow of the air. You must let the words melt into each other. This isn't lazy speaking. This is natural speaking. The Mirror Workshop, 5 minutes. Now, if you can, I want you to find a mirror. If you are on a bus or walking, you can use the screen of your phone. I want you to look at your mouth while you say one word. Hello. Look at how much your mouth moves. In English, we use our muscles more than you might think. Now say, wonderful. Wonderful. Did you see your lips go into a circle for the W? Did you see your teeth touch your lip for the F? This is physical awareness. Most learners focus 100% on the grammar in their head and 0% on the muscles in their face. But your face is the instrument. Practice this for a few minutes every day. Not study, just move. Say the names of the days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Watch your mouth move. Become fascinated by the machine that is your body. When you become a scientist of your own mouth, you stop being a victim of your own fear. The power of the whisper. Here is another tool, the whisper practice. Sometimes our full voice feels too loud. It feels too real. It makes us nervous. So we practice in a whisper. When you whisper, you can hear the hiss of the air. You can hear the S sounds and the T sounds very clearly. Try it now. Whisper this. Success comes step by step. When you whisper, you are practicing the precision of the language without the emotion of the voice. It is a safe space. It is a secret practice. You can do this while you are standing in line at the grocery store. No one will hear you. But your tongue is learning. Your lips are learning. Final thought for part 2. We are ending this second part, but I want you to carry this idea with you. Your mouth is an explorer. It is exploring a new land. Sometimes it will trip. Sometimes it will get lost. That is okay. Think about this expression. To find your feet. Okay? To find your feet. It means to become familiar with a new situation or a new skill. Today we started helping your mouth find its feet. Don't ask your mouth to be perfect today. Just ask it to be active. Hum your sentences. Whisper your thoughts. Watch your W's and your THs. You are doing a great job. You are brave for even trying. Part 3. The Eye of the Storm. In our last sessions, we worked on your mind and your mouth. But today we face the biggest challenge of all. Today we talk about the eye of the storm. Have you ever been in a situation where people are speaking English all around you? Maybe in a movie, a meeting, or a busy airport. The words feel like a storm. They move so fast, they hit you from every side. You try to catch one word, but by the time you understand it, the speaker has already finished 3 more sentences. You feel lost. You feel small. You want to close your ears and hide. In a storm, the center is the quietest place. It is called the eye of the storm. Today, I want to show you how to find that quiet place in your listening. I want to show you how to listen without drowning. The filter of fear. Think about this expression. To be overwhelmed. Okay? To be overwhelmed. It means to feel that something is too much to handle. Most learners don't have a hearing problem. They have an overwhelm problem. When you hear fast English, your brain panics. It tries to catch every single word. It's like trying to catch every drop of rain in a bucket. It is impossible, and because you cannot catch every drop, you feel like you are failing. But here is the truth. Native speakers don't listen to every word. Listen to that again. Even I, as a fluent speaker, do not listen to every single sound. I listen for the content words. Content words are the skeleton of the sentence. They are the nouns, the verbs, and the adjectives. The other words, the a, the, is, of, are just the glue. The skeleton exercise, 5-minute workshop. Let's practice finding the skeleton. I am going to say a long, fast sentence. I want you to ignore the glue. Just look for the bones. Sentence. Well, I was thinking that maybe we should go to the park because the weather is quite nice today, don't you think? That sounded like a lot of words, right? But what was the skeleton? Go, park, weather, nice. If you catch those 4 words, you understand the message. You are in the eye of the storm. You are safe. Next time you watch a video, don't try to understand the whole sentence. Try to hunt for 3 nouns and 2 verbs. Think about this idiom. To get the gist, okay? To get the gist. It means to understand the general idea without knowing all the details. In part 3, we learn that the gist is enough. The subtitles trap. Now let's talk about a very common habit, subtitles. Many learners say, "Cherry, I can only understand if I read the words on the screen." This is a very common crutch. A crutch is a stick you use when your leg is broken. It helps you walk, but if you use it forever, your leg never becomes strong. Think about this expression, to lean on something. You are leaning on the subtitles. When you read and listen at the same time, your brain prioritizes the eyes. The eyes are stronger than the ears, so your ears go to sleep. They don't work hard because they know the eyes will save them. Here is my challenge for you. The 5-minute blackout. Watch a video you like. For 5 minutes, turn the subtitles off. Cover the bottom of the screen. Your brain will scream. It will say, "I don't know what they are saying." But stay calm. Stay in the eye of the storm. Listen for the music we talked about in part 2. Listen for the bones we talked about today. Even if you only understand 10%, you are training your ear muscles. You are learning to walk without the crutch. The story of the radio in the forest. Imagine you are walking in a deep forest at night. You have a small radio. The signal is weak. You hear music, then static. Shh. Then a voice. Shh. Do you throw the radio away because it isn't perfect? No. You move the radio. You listen closely. You use your imagination to fill in the gaps. Listening to English is like that radio. You will not hear 100%. There will be static, words you don't know. But you must learn to fill in the gaps. If you see someone holding an umbrella and they say, "It's static today," your brain knows the missing word is raining. You don't need to hear it. You can guess it. This is a high-level skill called inference. It means using what you do know to understand what you don't know. Handling fast speakers, the speed hack. What do you do when a real person is talking to you and they are moving like a Ferrari? Most learners just smile and nod. They say yes, yes, but they understand nothing. Think about this idiom. To be in over your head. It means the water is higher than your head. You are drowning. Don't drown. You have the power to slow down the world. Use these power phrases. "I'm sorry, could you slow down a little bit?" Could you say that last part again? So you mean, your guess, is that right? When you ask someone to slow down, you are not saying "I am stupid." You are saying "I value what you are saying, and I want to understand it perfectly." This is a sign of confidence, not weakness. Final thought for part 3. As we finish this part, remember that listening is a passive act with an active mind. Don't be a victim of the storm. Be the captain of your ship. Focus on the bones. Turn off the crutch. Guess the gaps. Think about this final expression, to keep your head above water. It means to survive a difficult situation. Every time you listen to a difficult podcast and you don't quit, you are keeping your head above water. Soon, you won't just be surviving. You will be swimming. Part 4. The long road. We have talked about your mind, your mouth, and your ears. You have the tools. You have the techniques. But today we need to talk about the fuel. What happens when the excitement disappears? What happens when you have been practicing for 3 months and you still feel like you are not fluent? Today we talk about the long road. Learning a language is not a 100-meter race. It is a marathon. And in a marathon, there is a moment that runners call the wall. It is the moment when your legs feel heavy, your heart is tired, and the finish line feels like it is on another planet. In English learning, we call this the plateau. A plateau is a flat piece of land high up in the mountains. You climbed very fast in the beginning, but now everything feels flat. You are working hard, but you don't feel like you are going up anymore. The illusion of standing still, think about this expression. To be stuck in a rut, okay? To be stuck in a rut. A rut is a deep track in the ground made by a wheel. When you are in a rut, you move forward, but you stay in the same hole. Many learners feel stuck in an English rut. You use the same words, you make the same mistakes. You think, "I am not moving." But here is a secret. Your brain is doing the deep work. Imagine you are building a skyscraper. For many months, there is just a big hole in the ground. People walk past and say, "There is no building here. It is just dirt." But deep under the ground, the workers are building the foundation. They are connecting the steel. They are making it strong. When you are on a plateau, you are building your foundation. Your brain is taking all those language moments and power words and connecting them. You don't see the building yet, but the ground is getting stronger. The emotional audit, 5-minute reflection. Let's do a workshop together. I want you to look back. Not to yesterday, but to 6 months ago. Think about who you were then. Could you understand this podcast 6 months ago? Did you know the expression "to get the hang of it" 6 months ago? Were you brave enough to talk to yourself in the mirror? Think about this idiom, to come a long way. It means to have made a lot of progress. We often forget how far we have come because we are so busy looking at how far we have to go. I want you to take a moment right now and say out loud, I have come a long way. Say it again. I have come a long way. This is not fake positivity. This is a fact. Every minute you spend with English is a brick in your building. You cannot spend time on a language and stay the same. It is scientifically impossible. The breadcrumb method. How do we keep walking when the road is long? We use the breadcrumb method. In the old story of Hansel and Gretel, they dropped small pieces of bread on the ground so they could find their way home. In English, breadcrumbs are small wins. If your goal is fluency, you will always feel like a failure because fluency is far away. But if your goal is today, I will learn one idiom, and you learn it, that is a win. Breadcrumb 1. Understanding a joke in a movie. Breadcrumb 2. Writing a comment on YouTube. Breadcrumb 3. Remembering a word without checking the dictionary. Think about this expression. Don't lose sight of the big picture. It means don't forget your main goal. But I say, don't lose sight of the small steps. The big picture is made of 1,000 small steps. If you celebrate the steps, the road doesn't feel so long. The why power. When the road gets very dark, you need a light. That light is your why. Why are you doing this? Is it for a better job to help your family? Is it to travel the world and feel free? Is it to prove to yourself that you are capable of big things? Think about this idiom. To keep your eyes on the prize. The prize is not the English language. English is just a key. The prize is the door that English opens. When you feel like quitting, stop thinking about grammar. Think about the door. Think about the feeling of walking through that door into your new life. That feeling is the fuel for your marathon. Final thought for part 4. As we finish this part, remember that consistency is more important than intensity. It is better to walk for 10 minutes every day than to run for 5 hours once a month and then collapse. The road is long, yes, but the road is beautiful. Think about this final expression for today. Slow and steady wins the race. You are not in a race with anyone else. You are only walking with your past self. And today, you are one step ahead of who you were yesterday. I am Cherry. In our final part, we are going to talk about the open door. How to take everything we have learned and step out into the real world with confidence. Part 5. The Open Door. Welcome to the final part of our journey. I'm Cherry. We have walked together through the mind, the mouth, the ears, and the long road of motivation. You have worked hard. You have listened. You have practiced in the quiet of your room. But now we have arrived. We are standing at the threshold. Today we talk about the open door. Think about this expression. To take the plunge. Okay? To take the plunge. It means to finally do something that you have been afraid of. Like jumping into a pool of water for the first time. You have been standing at the edge, testing the temperature with your toe. But today the practice ends and the living begins. Today, you step through the door. The good enough rule. As you prepare to step out, I want to give you one final rule. I call it the good enough rule. Many learners stay inside their rooms because they are waiting for perfect. They think, I will speak when I have no accent. I will speak when I know 5,000 words. But perfect is a wall. It is not a door. In the real world, English is a bridge. A bridge doesn't have to be beautiful or made of gold. It just has to be strong enough to let you cross to the other side. If you can say, "I need help," and someone helps you, that is success. If you can say, "I am happy to meet you," and the other person smiles, that is success. That is good enough. Think about this idiom, to get your message across. It means to make yourself understood, even if your grammar is not perfect. Your goal is not to be a book. Your goal is to get your message across. The spotlight illusion. When you finally speak to someone, you might feel that everyone is watching you. You feel like there is a big, bright light on you, and everyone is waiting for you to fail. This is what psychologists call the spotlight effect. But here is a secret. No one is looking at your mistakes. Most people are too busy thinking about their own lives, their own problems, and their own coffee. When you speak English, they are not counting your grammar errors. They are listening to your heart. They are trying to connect with you. Think about this expression, to make a fool of yourself. It means to do something that makes you look stupid. Most learners are terrified of making a fool of themselves. But in my 10 years of teaching, I have never seen a learner make a fool of themselves. I have only seen brave people trying to grow. When you make a mistake, you aren't foolish, you are daring. The graduation visualization 5-minute workshop. I want you to close your eyes now. This is our final workshop together. I want you to imagine a door. It is a large wooden door. Behind this door is the world. Behind this door are your dreams. In your hand, you have a key. This key is made of the language moments from part 1. It is made of the music of the mouth from part 2. It is made of the bones from part 3. And it is made of the persistence from part 4. You put the key in the lock. It turns easily. You push the door open. As you walk through, you don't feel like a student anymore. You don't feel like a learner. You feel like a speaker. You see yourself walking into a cafe in London, or an office in New York, or a park in Sydney. You see yourself laughing. You see yourself listening. You realize that the mountain wasn't as high as you thought. You realize that you were always capable. Your new identity. As we finish this series, I want you to change your name for yourself. Stop saying, "I am a beginner." Stop saying, "My English is bad." Think about this idiom, to turn over a new leaf. It means to start fresh, to change your behavior or attitude. Today, you turn over a new leaf. From this moment on, your identity is, "I am an English user." You use English to think. You use English to whisper. You use English to live. Final words of the journey. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for spending these precious time with me. You have the map. You have the routine. You have the 500 words from the telegram. Now, all you need is the courage to keep the door open. Think about this final expression. The sky is the limit. It means there is no limit to what you can achieve. Don't let anyone tell you that English is too hard for you. Don't let your own mind tell you that you are too old or too slow. You are exactly where you need to be. I am Cherry. This has been the step-by-step guide to fluency. Go out there, make mistakes, speak loudly, speak quietly. But above all, keep speaking. I'll see you in the world. Bye-bye for now.